Hi, welcome to another video. Today we'll be making this beautiful analog clock. You can see it's move. It also has a slight animation and moving up and down, and you can see it's matching the correct time as well. This is basically a beautiful watch. So let's start off by making an index.html file and style.css file. Let's create a clock and attach my style.css to the index.html, style sheet href style.css, and let's start off making a div of class container. And inside that container, let's make it a div of class box as well. And with the box will have a clock, and a clock will have basically three things, which is the or will have an or needle, class of HR, ID also of HR. And let's close it. Now let's create the same needle for minute, MN and MN, and also for the seconds as well. Remove the or second, and basically these are all the three needles, or minutes and second needle we will have. I will give the link of the image that I will use in this video in the description. Now let's start with the margin of 0, padding of 0, box sizing of border box. Give it a body of display flex, and a justify content center, line item center as well. Main height of 100 VH, and a body of before of content empty, and a position of absolute, and top of 0, left of 0 as well, width of 100%, height of 100% as well, and a background of linear gradient and of 45 degrees. Basically this you will get it in a minute what I am doing here. And 45 degrees, and give it to color 50%, and another color of FFC107 50%, and another color of FFC107. Now you can see, one second, you will see it on screen. Let's copy it and give it a before after as well. Remove it after, the body or for after. Okay, now let's change these colors which I have used. Give it a 160 degree and change it, this one to 03A 9F4. Copy it, paste it, and for the next one let's give it a transparent, and last one will be transparent as well. Okay, let me reload the page. Okay, now it's working. I mistyped the style sheet. Okay, now we will create or start by making the clock, but before let's give it an animation. Because you might be wondering why I'm giving the animation, because the background was moving a little bit up and down. Okay, now our keyframe is keyframe animate, and give it 0% transform or translate my 10 pixels, and 50% as well of transform and translate minus 10 pixels. Okay, now I will give top of minus 20. Okay, now you can see that it's moving a little bit. You can see the movement, I guess. You can see it's moving. Okay, now give it a box, the box position relative, and z index of 1, width of 400 pixels, height of 400 pixels as well. For the basically the box of the clock, basically, and draw filter, blur it so as well with 25 pixels. You can see a box basically which is blurred, and I will add a border radius because I want it to be circular, and give it a border of 1 pixel, solid RGB colors of 250. Basically everything white and 0.5 opacity. Now you can see I'm getting a circle. Okay, now I'll copy this and I will add it here as well. So for the movement of the clock, and give it an animation of delay of minus 2.5 seconds. So it should be a different. You can see now it's looking like that they both are moving in opposite direction. Okay, animation basically. And now for the container, and we'll position the container as relative, and a container, inside the container we will give it a before of content empty, a bottom of minus 150 pixels, and a width of 100%. Okay, now give it a height of 60 pixels and a background of hash. You can see, you will once see what I am trying to do here, and this will be fully responsive as well. Let's give it a color of 000 and a border of radius of 50, maybe. Let's say the color of, give it a radial gradient, maybe RGBA value 000 and 0.2, opacity transparent as well, and a transparent as well again. I will also give it a 100% keyframe animation and give it a border radius of 50%. Okay, now let's reload, but you won't be able to see it now. I will show you. Okay, you will get it what I am doing in a second. Let's start with the clock and give it a position of absolute, a top of 10 pixels, left of 10 pixels, and right of 10 pixels, and a bottom of 10 pixels as well. And for the display, we will give it a display of flex, justify content center, align item center as well, background of radial gradient of transparent, RGBA values 255, 0.2, opacity. It's not working. Let me check. 1 second. Let's give it a URL to confirm whether. I'll take the clock image from the previous project and I will give this image in the description as well. Clock.png. Okay, it's not working. Let me see. Basically, the issue is okay. Let me check. Let's add something and let's check it. First, give it a background size of cover. It's not showing. 1 second. Give it a border as well. Body radius of 50%. Refresh it. Okay. I think the brackets are not okay. I was adding extra brackets to it. Okay, now we will basically go do a background filter for the blur, basically 25 pixel blur. Okay, and a border of 1 pixel solid, RGBA values of 255, 255, 255, and 0.5 opacity. Give it a border bottom as well of none, and a border of right of none as well, and a box shadow of -10 pixels, -10 pixels, 20 pixels, and RGBA values of basically most of what I'm using 0.1, but opacity should be 0.1, and do the 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 pixel RGBA values of 0, 0, 0 and 0.1. Now again do the same, maybe copy it or no. Let's do the same 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 20 pixel RGBA values of 0, 0, 0 and 0.1, and give it a 40 and 0, remains 1 should be 40 and 0. Now you can see how it's changed and how beautiful it looks now. For the curves, it's getting now change opacity as well of 0.2. Okay, now let's give for the clock, let's give it a clock of before, and for the before, a content of empty, a position of absolute, a width of 15 pixel, height of 15 pixel as well, background of basically white, and border or radius of 50%, and a z index of and 1/10,000 basically. You can see that I'm getting a circle at the center. Now for the or, minute, and for the second, give it a position or minute and second. Give it a position of absolute, and for the ors, or has a HR class for the needles basically. This is for the needles. HR, give it a width of needle, a width of 160 pixel, height of 160 pixels. Same, copy it, do it for minutes, and I'll change the width and height of for the minutes. Give it to 190, 190, and for the seconds maybe 230. Let's give it to the seconds. Let's see of width of 230 and a height of 230 as well. Pixel. Okay. now for the HR and minute and second, you can see that they for all three. I'm not getting it. Okay, I forgot the pixel. Now I will show them all the three on the screen as well. Give it a display of flex, justify content center, position of absolute, and a border of radius of 50%. All the needles, and give it a HR of before, content of empty, position of absolute, width of 8 pixels, height of 80 pixel, background of hash ff105e, z index of 11, and a border or radius of 6 pixel. Okay, now copy it and do the same for minute and second. MN, okay, I'm getting the needles, but the issue is they are not at the right position. I'll fix it. 1 second. First, or we should make the needles first, maybe. Let me see the issue. Okay, first create the needles 4 and 90 and index of 12. You can see that I am getting the second minute needle now. Okay, now let's change the color to FFF for the white color for the needles. I will fix the position of the needles. 1 second, but let's create all the three needles. Okay, 150 pixels. Okay, let me check. Okay, now you can see that I have changed it to clock, and let's do it with a script. And a script, add a script to it. And for this script, we will use a degree of and a const HR of document of query selector hash HR. Copy it, paste it 3 times for the minute and second, and give it a second, and also give it a day of new date. It is basically a built-in JavaScript function. Now for the HH for the day, get hours inside HH, multiply it by 30. Now let get minutes, and give it degree, and for the seconds, day dot get seconds, multiply by degree. Okay, now I will style it. HR, give it a style of transform, change maybe basically equal to rotate z of $sign and HH plus divided by 12, and give it a degree as well. Now copy it, paste it, give it I forgot this. And in the minutes I don't need the or, so I will remove it and just stay with the minutes. And now for the seconds, SS as well. Okay, now okay, let's copy it and use the interval set interval function, and inside the interval function, okay, it's not working. Let me see. 1 second, let me check it. Something wrong. Okay. This will be HR instead of H, and MN and SC maybe basically. All of these should be them. And I've also did a mistake. 1 second. Yes. Okay. Degree should be 6. Degree should be 6 instead of 0. Now you can see it's working. Let degree equal to const degree equal to 6. Now if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will give the code of this video, this core project in the description as well. Thank you, subscribe and like and share.